This is my analysis for quick traders. For position traders, this is the downtrend that got broken. One of the reasons why it's pushing up also because it's out of the downtrend. And for those who read my books, attended their Stock Smart sessions, for position traders, the whole thing that I keep telling people is follow the trend. If the trend that used to be down is now gone, what you now have is a trend that's reversing higher. What you now have is a breakout, a reversal from a downtrend, which, as you can see here, it's starting to build its own uptrend. All right, so we're back again for another edition of Stocks by Request. This is a stock that a lot of you guys requested, but I did the Wirecard video first because I think it was something that was more uh, pressing and time bound and time relevant, that it was something that you guys needed to know because if news would pass also that I guess it was just something that was time bound. So that's why I did it first. Then last week naman, as you all know, Mary Mart had its surge up ceiling for almost 3 days. That's why this somehow was placed in the back burner. But for those who requested it from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, those who sent their PMs and DMs, I saw it. Di lang ako nakaka-reply. I'm sorry. There's just too much messages. But I try to reply to as much as I can to some of the comments. So every time na hawak ko yung phone ko tapos may mag-pop up, I try to reply. But if I don't get to reply to your messages or to your comments, pasensya na. But if you have something really pressing, just retype them, I guess, again, so it pops up ahead. So either in Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And then I said before, the best way to message me was in Instagram para mas mabilis ko nakikita ko say I get lesser messages there. But when I said message me in Instagram, I got so many messages there. Ganun na rin siya. It's as flooded as Facebook. But here we are right now with I guess it's so timely also to talk about Dito because it had a large price movement today. So I guess it makes it also relevant from a price from a stock price standpoint. And this brings everything into full circle because there's been a lot of talk over the past 3-4 years about the third telco, and now as it progresses forward, people get to see how it will be, how it will progress, and is it something that's worth your investment. So by the way, my name is Marvin Germo, and I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I've been investing in the market for more than a decade now. And if you're new, I just make videos like this where I get to share my thoughts, and I just like sharing my ideas and my thoughts. It's just fun. So it's nice to be able to trade the markets and invest, but it's more fulfilling for me to be able to share it with you guys. So appreciate it if you want to see more videos like this, to subscribe, smash the bell. So every time I make videos like this, it pops up, the YouTube algorithm shows it. And if you get value from this, like the video, share it. It's time that we flood social media. It's time that we flood YouTube and Facebook with information like this, information that helps people become financially free. So as you're seeing it in the title also, I placed there 25 things that you need to know about Dito. So this will span a lot of things. And as you all know, you've requested this. Every time I make the podcast, I place down all the topics that will be talked about. So for this podcast, it will be a bit long. So I don't know if I'll slash it at the middle kung medyo matagal na siya, or I'll just make this one very, very long podcast. And it would be interesting if you guys are gonna stay, no? Kasi hindi lang yan yung topics. So, number 1, we're gonna talk about who are the real winners. Number 2, what you need to know. Number 3, the key metrics for Dito that they need to hit. Number 4, Cell Tower 101. I'm gonna discuss also later why this is so important. Dito stocks, bakit natin pag-uusapan yung Cell Tower? Number 5, what could help Dito get better? Number 6, yung ibang tao, that isang slide lang yung recap, yung table of contents ngayon, 2 pages na. Number 6, could they beat Globe and Smart? Number 7, is this a long-term investing play? Do you buy this right now and then just sleep on it, hold on to it for the long term? Number 8, ito yung favorite ng people who trade the markets like me, what does the chart say, and number 9, we're gonna recap everything. So I hope you guys stay. I hope you guys like this, and I hope this is something that adds value to you. If you guys are excited, sabihin nyo, nandito na kami, andito na kami. Anyways, ang corny yung joke, but for those who are staying because of the bad jokes, thank you so much. Number 1, the real winners. I really believe the real winners here. It's not that it's Dito who's the real winner because they became the third telco. I believe the number one, the real winners are consumers. At the end of the day, uh, I've said this when they were fighting, deciding who would be the third telco, when they were trying to figure out who would it be. I said that the biggest winner would be consumers, and up until now, I believe that more choices will help consumers. More choices, if there's more competitors also, everyone will try to either get better or everyone will try to get cheaper. Everyone will try to strengthen their brand. Everyone will try to make their customer service better. They will make their speeds better. They will make the packages more attractive. So at the end of the day, this will be good for consumers. By the way, just a heads up now, this is not in any way a political video. I don't make political videos. I'm not a big fan of politics. This video is just really just to educate and give as much information to you guys as possible. So the biggest winner here at the end of the day will be consumers, because especially right now, this video is playing during the lockdown. A lot of us are still at home. A lot of us are not leaving our houses, and the reliability of internet and having it very, very fast is so important, especially in the era that we are in right now. So if there's any winner in all of this, good for consumers. Number 2, out of 25. Kalabitin niyo yung katabi niyo. Kung may katabi kayo, number 2 na siya. Number 2. This is good for internet speeds. I don't know if you see the picture in the background, but you have to analyze it. I graduated electronics and communications engineering, pero all of this stuff, we have subjects on communication. It's not yung communication, oral communication, but communication, communication about cell sites, telcos, etc. But I don't remember a lot of those things anymore. It's been 15 years already, and I didn't really practice ECE. But you have to look at it this way. Faucet, water. If there's a lot of people, for example, trying to get into that faucet, or just say water, so what happens is not everyone will be able to go in at the same time because it's limited by this, as what you can see in the pictures there. So I think no, the reason why it's slow, because a highway, a tube where the information is passing is relatively limited. And opening up another avenue, yung dating congested sa Smart and sa Globe, if some of them will transfer, this will make internet speeds faster, not just for Dito, but also for the current subscribers of Globe and Smart, kasi hindi nagsisiksikan. Or think about the entrance to the mall. If there's only one entrance and there's 30 people coming in, then mas masikip siya. But if another one opens, maybe may 8 na dating dun dumadaan sa main entrance, ngayon pupunta na sila dun, it will somehow make people who will enter the first entrance, they'd be able to come in faster kasi konti na lang yung kaagaw nila. And that I believe that's what's gonna happen also when we add this to the mix. So it's not just ultimately it will be good for consumers, but the end result is it will make and give us greater internet speeds. So that's number 2. Number 3. Okay, we have to answer the question, what you need to know, or what you need to know. So number 3 is basically this. Being the third player does not guarantee that they will earn massively. Please remember this. Getting the license that you can operate as the third player just brings you into the game. Kung baga sa NBA, it gives you the license that you can be the 31st NBA team if you get approved. That's just basically it. It does not mean that you will win the games. It does not mean you will get the great players. It does not mean that you will beat the competition. It does not even mean you're going to make the playoffs or be a champion. It just means that you get a seat at the table. That's just it. it does not guarantee that you're going to be profitable. It does not guarantee that you have a shot and a chance to be able to beat the incumbents. And that's why fundamental analysis is also important. You need to see later on how they perform as a company, because how they perform as a company will give you evidence if they can actually beat whoever the incumbents are. So always remember that, no? Kasi people glamorize this so much that pag the third telco will be amazing. It's gonna go up. It's gonna do this and that. Being the third telco just gives you a seat at the table. That's just it. It will go back still on how the company is run, on how they can do very very well. And I think one of as everyone knows this naman, that China Telecom is pretty much connected to Dito. So whatever experience and technical know-how that China Telecom has, they'll be able to impart it and add it to whatever Dito is doing. Similar to Globe, Globe is pretty much connected to Singtel in Singapore. So please just bear in mind that this does not guarantee that they will be very very good. This tells them that they have a shot to fight. They have a shot to compete. And I just wanted to say this also, that if they're new, they would have to be really, really, really good to beat the ones that are there. It means that they're like rookies up against people who have been doing this for a very very long time already. By the way, guys, I wanted to check my mic lang, no? That's why I'm stopping this for a bit. I wanted to make sure that my audio is well. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's continue. Hope you guys are learning. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. Number 4, Dito does not have any customers yet, meaning they're still setting up everything. They're still building the things that they need to set up to become a telecom provider, to become a telecom service provider. Please do note that this is a very very capital intensive business, and that of course they have money to be able to start, to be able to make it happen. But when I say they don't have any customers yet, they have zero sales. I repeat, they have zero sales. A lot of people have been dissing Mary Mart because it's valued at 7 billion at the IPO, and they only had 7 stores. But that's those 7 stores were making money. Those 7 stores were operating. Those 7 stores had customers. Dito does not have any customers yet. Please do, you have to let that sink in, that when whatever you're buying today is you are buying a company that's not getting any money yet because they don't have any customers. What you are buying right now is a company that's trying to still set up everything. So if you remember, for those who attended my Stock Smart sessions and I talk about fundamental analysis, one of the things that I always tell people is look at the potential to earn, but not just that, look at their track record for earnings. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to share more about this later, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to tell you that as of this point in time, June 2020, while this video is being made, they don't have any customers. No customers, no one's paying them, walang pumapasok. Everything right now, palabas lahat. Hope you're learning. Tip number 4 pa lang out of 25. Madami pa to. Number 5. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. Number 5. They start operating March 2021. So what does that mean? So from now until March 2021, again, puro expenses, walang pumapasok. And you have to understand this. When they start operating March 2021, it means that kung baga sa NBA, they get to start selling tickets. We still have to see if people will be really, really buying the tickets, if people will be spending money to come in. And dun pumapasok in different facets of it, no? It's if they have the best infrastructure out there, but I don't know if you know this, Globe and Smart have been marketing massively. They have a very, very good marketing team. So with that, I hope you get this, that from now up until March, whatever you see, whatever movement that you will see for Dito, it's not because they're earning money. There could be developments on how they have progressed in terms of building their cellular network. But please do take it with a grain of salt that there has to be a track record of them making money. They really have to have a big dent in the market share for them to for this to be sulit for whatever capital expenditures that they're putting in now and what they will put in the future for it to be worth it. Please note that I'm gonna mention later how much they have for capex, but that's only at the start. Globe and PLDT have been doing it for years already, spending billions to build their infrastructure. And I remember my teacher in college said this that a large part of the investments also of PLDT is basically or smart is their infrastructure. It's under the ground. It's something that's not seen, but it costs a lot of money. Number six, the stock price closed at 3.73 right now. As of today, since we don't have yet any trajectory, we don't have yet any earnings, at the very best, dito is currently for those that want to buy and want to be long-term investors. It's speculation on what they could be in the future. It's speculation of you saying that okay, when they start operating, I hope that you've done your projections that if they earn this much based on the price that you've bought it, it will be worth this. And then you also have a projection that if you buy it now, by year five, it will earn this much. Because at the end of the day, they sure na yun, 2020, they're not gonna earn money. So whatever you're buying now, it's not for this year. It's not for what they will earn this year. Especially if you're an investor. Later on in the video. Sa number 25 na tip, that's when we're going to talk about trading using technical analysis. But if you are an investor, because a lot of people are thinking of buying this because they want to be a long-term investor and buy it now and just hold it because when they become when they start doing something, they will earn and they will beat Globe and PLDT. But as of this point in time, and it's relatively still speculative in nature. And I'm saying that so that you don't come into this blindly. You don't just buy based on hope of what it can be. Because hope is good, and I say it all the time, but hope is not strategy. Hope is not something that you do thinking na, sige, bilhin ko 3.73, balang araw, magiging 2,000 yan. It doesn't work that way eh. It has to be, for it to even go higher, it has to be backed up by earnings. It has to be backed up by the dividends that it gives. It has to be backed up by their growth trajectory. So, at the very best, no, as of this point in time, this is not something that you buy based on fundamentals. It's something that you are speculating based on what it could be. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of speculation. I don't speculate as much. I like to buy and sell something based on what I can see, meaning either the charts or financial statements, which is very inherent to me because hindi ko naman kaya bantayan lahat ng sell sides. I don't know what's happening on a day-to-day basis, but I can see the charts and I can see the financial statements. Number 7, I hope you guys are learning and I hope you guys are pushing through this. No, here are some key metrics that Dito would need to meet. Meaning, please remember that I think their franchise is up for renewal April 2023. So that means they need to meet the metrics for their franchise to be renewed. Because if they don't comply, there's a chance that, baka hindi sila ma-renew. But let's cross the bridge when we get there. Now, that's still 3 years from now. Anyways, number 7. Part of the metrics that they need to hit is they need 37% coverage of the whole Philippines, meaning may signal sila sa buong Pilipinas sa at least 37% of the population by next month. Okay, I don't know if they're gonna update this because of the coronavirus, but based on all of the disclosures that I've seen, even reps from the company, that's what they've been mentioning, that July 2020, they have to comply by this. So I don't know because of, there's a lot of things that are changing because of the coronavirus. No? So we don't know if they'll be more lenient, but this is something you need to watch out for. Are they able to comply with this? Next is, by next year, the coverage should be bigger. If it was 37% by this year, next year, it's 86%. So you could roughly say, no, it's more than 90 million Filipinos already covered. If you have 110, 113 million Filipinos that uses the service, that's a lot of coverage that they need to get. And please do note that when I say 113, paano naging 113? There's more SIM cards than people. There are some people who have more than one SIM. Yeah. So there. Number 9, they need to deliver 27 megabits per second this July 2020. So the deliverables you need to watch out for is this: coverage of 37% and this 27 megabits per second by July 2020. So those are key metrics that you need to watch out for. Now, Cell Tower 101. Sabihin nyo sa katabi nyo, madami akong natututunan. Kung wala kang katabi, kausapin nyo yung sarili nyo. Sabihin nyo, natututo ako. Kung natututo kayo, put it in the comment section below. I'm learning. Kung wala kayong natututunan, don't comment in the comment section. No, just write it down also. And it's nice to hear. No, I've been getting a lot of amazing comments from all of you, and especially in this type of format. Yun nga lang, this is my first time to do video on dito. So that's why this video will be longer. For the next ones, for the succeeding ones, it might not be this long anymore. And tingnan niyo yung Mary Mart, we had 8 videos about it. Kaya mas na stretch siya, mas na cut. But yun, if you have also questions based on this, put it in the comment section so we can make new videos on top of that. So Cell Tower 101, please do note this. Currently, in the Philippines, there are 16,500 cell sites. What you need to know is this. We need 50,000 cell sites. So people are asking, bakit mabagal ang internet? Because we don't have enough cell sites. Remember my example about the tunnel, about the entrance to the mall? Lahat tayo naghahati-hati sa konting cell sites eh. That's one of the reasons why the internet is so slow. That's one of the reasons why it's harder for people to have access, because one cell site, a lot of people are sharing. So for this to be super efficient, we need 50,000 cell sites. The problem is, from here to here, I think that's a great way off. And number 12, here's where it gets juicy. For it to be efficient, for it to work very, very well, for one tower, you need to have 1,000 subscribers. I repeat, write it down. Please write down everything that I tell you para pag may birthday party, maganda yung kwento nyo. Sasabihin ng mga kaibigan mo, talino naman niya, di ba? Pero natutunan mo to sa podcast na to. But kidding aside, number 13, out of 113 million Filipinos, this is what we currently have. One tower, 1,000 subscribers shares 0.1460. So it's not even a tenth of a tower. It's more than that naman. But imagine this. One tower is probably shared by 7,000 people. And if you're asking why it's slow, I think that's one of the reasons. If this is efficient, 1,000 people naghahati sa isang tower, tapos ito yung 1,000 subscribers, so most likely that's 7,000 people per tower. That's why it will be relatively slow. And now, here's the thing. Dito currently has 600. Okay? We have 16,500 cell sites. Kung nag-ambag yun dito, I don't think that's enough. No, this was their disclosure as of Feb 2020, by the way. So there could have been some built during the lockdown period, because they were, I believe from their disclosures, they're considered to be essential personnel. They have the same access because they're telco. They have the same access as the frontliners. So what they disclosed is building was done. So they have 600. Add that to the 16,500. It's not enough eh. If you want the internet to be fast, we have to be here. That's what I'm saying. So anyways, let's continue. That's number 14. One thing that people don't know is this. Because I'll proceed to number 16 first, so you get the logic. There's 25 permits for you to have approval to be able to build a cell site / cell tower. And that's why it takes 8 months long to build a cell site. Let me repeat that. For us to reach this, we need to have this 8 months to get approval. We need to have 25 permits to build a cell site, and it takes 8 months for it to happen. Just think about all of these permits. That's a lot of permits, guys. Massive number of permits that they need to follow. And at the end of it all, 8 months. So I don't know, how many do you get to build? Okay, so if they start commercial operations and they want to get 86% also next year, they start commercial operations March 2021, they need to get 36% of their cell site to cover the Philippines. That means that if they have 600 now, 8 months till 2021, ilan yung magagawa nila? And is that enough to be able to bring it to this? Please remember, for it to be fast, we need to go to this. If we have this and Dito has this and it takes 8 months to build, I don't know. I'm not sure. So just so you know, and that will also impact. The reason why I'm saying this is if it takes some time for Dito to operate those cell sites, that means magiging mabagal rin sila. And kung magiging mabagal din sila, it may not be enough for... Guys, nagpapatawa yung wife ko. She's trying to make me laugh. Anyways, go back to Shopee. Go back to Shopee. Mag-sorry ka sa crowd. Say sorry to the crowd.
What?
Say sorry to the crowd.
Sorry, but I'm having fun, so...
Pinapatawa niya ako, guys. So, kaya ako napatigil. Anyways, so, if they don't have enough cell sites, please remember this. If they don't have enough cell sites, then their speed will also be slow. And if their speed won't be as fast, their service won't be as good, then the whole premise of people going to them, transferring to them, might not be there yet. So that's what I'm saying. If people don't transfer to them yet, then it may mean that there might not be a lot of sales. If there might not be a lot of sales, then how does it justify the current price that they're in? And please do note that 3.73, again, nothing has changed. They still don't have any customers. So what could help them? And this, what I mentioned a while ago, are the current conditions that may affect them. But here are items that may give them a boost. Number one, China Telecom spending 150 billion pesos to pump and prime their third telco plans. 150 billion US dollars, but pesos. But please do note this also, that Globe, Smart have been spending billions, massive amounts of money, not just in 2020, guys. Papatanawan na naman ko. Massive amounts of money prior to this. And they've been spending a lot of money 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, over and over and over and over again. So, guys, punta kayo sa Instagram ng wife ko. Sabihin nyo, don't distract Marvin. Don't distract Marvin. Anyways, so 150 billion pesos from China. It's good to start. But if they really want to build something big, they might need a lot of money, more than 150 billion pesos. And the problem there, and just try to segment this, no? If they don't start earning, China Telecom will have to pump and prime and put more money to be able to support the operations, to be able to support the expenditures. Because I think they're thinking that when they open, sales will come in and it could be part of their capex for the next years. But what if it doesn't? But of course, I believe they're not gonna get into an investment naman na hindi pinag-aralan eh. All of this naman is something that they would study, because if you put in billions and billions of money, it's something that people study. So they most likely have also their figures there. But like in any business, no one can make a forecast because we don't know yet how big of a market share they will have. So anyways, number 18, what will help them? There could be new laws that could help them. Like, I don't know if you remember this. There was a law, I think it's a law already, that if you transfer cellular networks, you don't need to change your number. And that will aid them. Kasi I've been using my number for like 15 years, 16 years already. And the reason why ayoko magpalit is ayoko na mag yung hello everyone, this is Marvin Germo. My this number would no longer be active by July 2020. This is now my new number. That's too hard eh. And if you have to look at the context, most of our accounts, Facebook, Google, yung mga activation nun, yung banking, if you would like to make an online transaction, you would have to receive a text eh. So I think because there's a lot attached to it, madaming mga tao na they might think na super hassle lumipat. If they think it's super hassle lumipat, they might not shift at all. And that's one of the reasons why I have not shifted also. Anyways, this new law that they don't have to shift SIM cards or they don't need to change numbers regardless of what carrier they have will be a plus for dito because teka muna, you mean I can retain my number and nothing has to change but I'm using another cellular provider? And I think another one, which I don't know how it will work, no, I think they're trying to make a law that they could share cell sites and cell towers. And I don't know how Globe or Smart will feel about that kasi sila yung nagagastos ng malaking pera to be able to build it and they took a lot of the time to get the permits for it. But I think one of the things that they're trying to push is dito could rent in the existing cell towers that are available. So that's one of the things that could push them because remember what I said, it takes 8 months for them to be able to build a cell tower. It takes 8 months for them to build a cell site, which if they don't have to build one, they just have to piggyback off Globe and Smart and they could just rent. It will fasten the curve for them. So we are at number 18 hanggang 25 to. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. I hope hindi kayo na-distract sa wife ko. She likes doing that every time I vlog. She tries to make fun of me so that matawa ako. But now I'm exposing her. So comment below. Shame on you, Yvonne. Joke lang. Number 19, one of their, as what I've mentioned, no, what could help them is Dennis Uy. And a lot of people are talking about Dennis Uy as the man of the hour, man of the administration, because of his close ties with the current administration. So that could be an X factor that could help, I guess, get them in the good graces since they are in the current government is in favor of Dennis Uy and has supported Dennis Uy and has helped Dennis Uy and Dennis Uy is part of Dito. So whatever may happen, I think Dennis Uy is an X factor, a plus factor for Dito because of him, because of his golden touch. He's also very very young. People are comparing him also to Injapsia that he can do a lot. So he's a plus. So could they beat Smart and Globe? Number 20 is this. For them to be able to beat Smart and Globe, their prices should be really, really low. I repeat. For them to beat Smart and Globe, their prices should be really, really low. Think about it. For cable or for whatever service provider that you have, one of the reasons why people switch is the prices might be something that will be affordable to their budget, or it might be something that will hit their budget that it will be very very good. So if the prices are almost the same, close to Smart, close to Globe, then it might not be compelling enough for a lot of people to transfer. So for them to have a shot, no, I'm not even saying if they can beat them just by doing this alone, but for them to have a shot, their prices should be lower. They must bring down prices lower. But the problem with that, if you bring prices lower, your margins become smaller. So imagine Globe has the largest market share right now. Smart is very, very close. If they want to grab a piece of that, they must get, for example, they get 10% of that, they get 15% of that. But if their margins are smaller, their bottom line might not be as much, and their capex for next year, unless China Telecom pours in more money, won't be as robust. And please remember, if they're not earning, then walang dividends. If they're not earning, then whatever price you're buying it might not be justifiable for 2021 or 2022, and it might be something that will be justifiable should they turn a profit at a much longer time frame. So number 21, uh It's not just that their prices should be lower, it should be that their speeds are massively faster also. Remember, the whole context of this whole third telco thing is basically people don't like the current speed of the internet, which I said one of the reasons also is the number of cell sites that we have. So they're at a dilemma to spend a lot of infrastructure so that they're faster, but not just that, they have to put their prices lower, meaning their margins won't be as good. So I repeat, they have to be very, very cheap and they have to be very, very fast. Because if it's not as fast, then most likely people might not transfer. And please remember that not everyone adapt quickly. Meaning, kahit nag-start na sila magbenta ng March, hindi naman agad tatalon yung mga tao. Eh. They will see first if kung may mga kaibigan sila na nag-transfer, na nung nag-transfer sila, nabilisan sila. Similar to what's happening to the broadband space. Converge, ICT, Now, etc. One of the fastest ways for people to switch is they ask their friends, "Oh, anong gamit mo?" Then they say, "Oh, Converge. Kumusta naman yung service?" "Okay naman." So, and then that's when people start shifting. But again, that takes some time. It takes those that got in early to have a review, tell the service is good, and if the service is good, that's when other people start moving. But again, it takes time. So I don't know what the timetable will be. I don't know when they believe it will start to turn around. But what I'm saying is for it to turn around and they could have massive support is they should be very, very cheap and they should be massively fast. Number 22, cost of jumping. Meaning, hassle magpalit eh. Cost of jumping, cost of switching, they're just the same. But for me, for it to fit the picture na tumatalon, ayun, there's a cost attached to it. The hassle of you going to the shop to get it, the hassle of you applying if it's a postpaid plan. Yun din pala reason, no? Kaya rin I haven't considered changing. I would have before, pero yung magpe-present ka pa ng billing statements, IDs, where your current service provider is giving you still a new phone to renew with them. So, you get what I'm trying to say? It has to be so compelling, fast speeds, lower prices, and more than that for people to jump. Kasi this is what I think they will do, no? Because Globe and Smart, they're already established. Eh. Meaning, their margins are established already. If Dito will drop their prices, gagawin lang naman ng market leader, they could also lower it. And they could also segment it. Eh. Ito presyo ng postpaid, ito presyo ng prepaid. And I don't know if you know this, there's still more prepaid accounts and more postpaid accounts. So they have to incentivize those that are in prepaid to actually shift. And I think that's where the biggest chunk of their first clients will be. There. Number 20, is this a long-term investing play? What do you think? Comment below. I'll give you a few seconds to decide. Is it something that you buy right now and invest for the long term or pang trade lang ba talaga to? Number 23 is this. I really believe that based on what's happening, it will take a long time for them to really make money. 2020, for sure, they're not going to make any money. 2021, they're starting commercial operations March. So you can assume first quarter 2021 won't be as much. And that's when we just start seeing second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, will sales really be there? Because if sales won't be there yet, then a 3.73, again, please do note this. People were saying at 1 peso, Mary Mart was expensive. But Mary Mart had sales. Dito, right now, at 3.73, no earnings yet. People who are investing right now are investing on the hope of what it could earn later on in the future. Number 24, all the movement that we're seeing right now is at the hope that they get a piece of the pie from Globe and Smart, and it's significant enough to justify the cost of acquisition today. So please remember this, that when you buy a stock, it's never about just the price that you buy it. It's never just about the company, but it's all about the valuations of the price that you buy it. Because if people think it's too expensive based on the earnings that they have, based on the growth that they have, edi bababa din siya. Kasi isipin nyo, if the stock price remains at 373 for the next 5 years, for example, and then the earnings don't measure up, and then there's another company that whose EPS might be better, whose growth trajectory might be better, and PE wise they're cheaper, there's a large chance that people will just shift to them. So whatever price movement you're seeing right now, it has to be backed up by earnings. It has to be back. I repeat, it has to be backed up by earnings. The company Dito should earn, not just earn, but they should earn massively, aggressively, and their growth should be really, really good to justify whatever price they are right now. Lastly, technicals. Ayan na, sa mga naghintay for technicals. I hope hindi kayo nag-forward. You stayed until this part. Comment below if you stayed. This is a long podcast, no, but I hope that you're getting a lot from this. So, dito closed at 3.73 pesos per share. So, the whole context of this video is based on it closing at 3.73. So, looking at the candle, this is number 25. Looking at the candle, you see the last candle was a large green bullish candle that retraced from its high point but closed massively higher. If you look at the chart here, you can see already that it broke past the 2.4 resistance level, broke out from the 20-day moving average, also bullish. It's building its own uptrend. It's building its own higher high and higher low. It's look at the two moving averages starting to slope, showing that there's momentum. So from a short-term perspective, it really is bullish. From a short-term perspective, it really is breaking out. Where did it break out from? Here are some of the resistance levels. As you can see, after breaking this, 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, boom, large move up. Today, with volume. Then add this another resistance to the mix. Broke past this, way above the 3.5 level. So here's what you need to write down. Please do write this down. If it stays above this level, then this breakout is valid. Then it could go here. It will bring it north of 4 pesos, 4.2 pesos per share. So that would be your next target price. But if tomorrow this new support level does not hold, then we might be in for either a short correction or we might see it start to consolidate first. So again, it's all predicated on what happens to this second support level that we've posted. So please do note again, all of the movement we're seeing was predicated on this breakout. Today, we broke past this. So it must hold this level for it to have a chance to go up, to push higher. Because if this level does not hold, then it might not move up, it might not push up, it might not go anywhere, or it might consolidate or correct. But if it does move up, this is the next target price. If that gets broken out too, then this is the next one, way past the 4.5 level, close to 4.7. So please do note this target prices. Please do note that these are the areas. And this is basically for traders already. And if you're asking me, I forgot to mention this, no? Since wala pa siyang sales, wala pa siyang earnings, I believe that this is a trading play more than anything else. If you're investing in this, it's borderline really just speculation. So at this point in time, if you're a long-term investor and you're buying into this, you're buying at the hope, you're buying speculating of what it can be. And my whole take in this, since the fundamentals are not there yet, you can still come in, but rely on the charts. Rely on the charts for your entry. Rely on the charts also for your exit. This is my analysis for quick traders. For position traders, this is the downtrend that got broken. One of the reasons why it's pushing up also because it's out of the downtrend. And for those who read my books, attended their Stock Smart sessions, you know, for position traders, the whole thing that I keep telling people is follow the trend. If the trend that used to be down is now gone, what you now have is a trend that's reversing higher. What you now have is a breakout, a reversal from a downtrend, which, as you can see here, it's starting to build its own uptrend. So here's what I can say. From a quick trading standpoint, it just broke out again today. From a position trading standpoint, the downtrend is broken and it's now trying to push and make its own way up. So recap, this is what we talked about. Comment below if you stayed up until this point. Comment below if this wasn't boring. Comment below if learning is fun. Comment below if you enjoyed this. I don't know, but we talked about who are the real winners. Para sa akin, it makes internet speeds faster. Para sa akin, the consumers are the winners. We mentioned the things that people need to know, the key metrics that Dito needs to have, and everything is predicated on cell towers because that's so important if they want to make speeds faster. And who could help them? China Telecom, the policies, and you have Dennis Oy in the mix. Number six, they can beat Globe if they're faster, cheaper, and people switch. Is this a long-term play? I said for long-term investors until there's sales, until there's earnings, until there's revenue, until there's a net income. This is borderline speculative, and that's why it's highly important if you want to enter this, you be a trader and you just follow the charts. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope this is something that's helping you. I hope that you guys are learning. Since this is a long video, I want to know, put it in the comment section kung natuto kayo. If you learned something about it, if this added value to you, if this is something that helped you, if this is something that, you know why I make these videos is because I just don't want you to rely on emotions. I don't want you to rely on hype. I don't even want you to rely on what I'm saying. I hope that after this, you start researching again, you start doing your due diligence because again, it's your money, it's your responsibility, it's your money. No one will take care of your money more than you. That's why you need to do your research. You need to study this more and more and more. And I hope that this channel is just a reference, but not your main. Not It's not something that you buy because it gets featured here. No, you study, you research, you do the time to be able to build your wealth. You do the time to know what you're getting into because at the end of the day, what you do when everyone else is sleeping, when everyone is entertaining themselves, when you try to increase your knowledge, that's what will make you money later. It's your information that you apply, that you allow yourself to build your skill and you deploy capital that will help you. So, thank you so much for being part of this. I have 5 books. They're in the description below. If you want to grab a copy of them, you can get them via Shopee. Then, 2 online courses. One is with Chinkitan called Stock Market for Everyone, so Tagalog stock market course. Then another English course with Sean Si. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. You can the link is also in the description below. Then I have a Patreon account for those who want to support the channel. I also have links below for those who wanna. People have been asking for the gear that I've been using. Then I have some other links also below for VPNs, virus scanners, etc. So if you want to check all of those things, they're all below. And then other videos that I have are also in the description if you want to watch more of them. But I'd appreciate it if this added value to you. If you can like, share, and subscribe this, and if you have other friends that you know this will benefit them, if you can also share it to them as well. So that's it for now. If you want more of this series, put questions below, and then similar to what I did with Mary Mart, I'm gonna make videos based on your questions. So put your questions. If there's a lot, and I think it will be helpful to the broad majority, put them below, and I'll make videos off of it. So I guess that's it. It's running late already, and for those watching this pagkalabas ng video, I hope hindi kayo I hope you hindi, syempre this might pile on close to midnight already, when this is out. But Marvin Gurmo, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.